Hey everybody. Okay, I hypothetically have a game and we'll see how things go here in a sec. My internet seemed slightly iffy, so hopefully the stream comes through well. This opening pack is good. I'm playing at a not great table, which has really made me shy away from running like plow driver type strategies recently. Um, Mostly just because I tend to find at weaker tables you really just want to be able to grow a lot sometimes. Although Plow Driver I'm increasingly convinced can run on 4 rooms. So, I mean, Plow Driver is very good. Grocer is very good. House Steward is good. I like Seasonal Worker a lot still, maybe more than I should. I think I'll just take Grocer here. Like, there's a lot of ways that this goes very well. It's probably just the most flexible good card in this pack. Although there's just a lot of good cards in this pack. Like, I would be happy with this as a hand, to be honest. But that's why we draft. Here, Carpenter is pretty good in a House Steward game. And I have some extra read from Grocer, which nicely combos. Roof Baluster is also pretty sweet. Clay Hut Builder can work. I usually don't like taking Carpenter too highly because I think it's not that needed. I also could just spike a... I could just wind up spiking a Carpenter's Parlor in the draft and negating the Carpenter here, but given there is a House Steward and growing tends to be good in these games, and I have potentially extra read, I'm also first seat, so I can just open Reedstone Food to wood and have pretty close to room parts already. I think I'll run the Carpenter line. Here, this pack sucks. These cards are not good. I'll probably take Animal Dealer. If you can grow fast with Animal Dealer, it can be a way to get food and extra animals breeding. Everything else here I really don't care for. It does look like I'm going to try to build a hearth then. But yeah, we'll see. Sorry, I just realized I had volumes on elsewhere. Let's throw up the announcements. Whoa, sneeze. I think a lot of people are watching Zorus right now, which makes total sense. A lot of my audience cares about Terra Mystica more than Agricola, but there are people out there still looking for some Agricola tips. We'll see what we have here. This table doesn't look that strong, but I think I've already lost a game to Simon. I mean, games can break certain ways. So we'll see. This pack is pretty weak on the whole. The Brushwood Collector can sometimes turn very good. You care about Grick. Well, hello, Fofo. Yeah. Some people do. So Brushwood Collector is, like, pretty good. But Grocer does give me some read already, so like, how much do I want a Brushwood Collector this game? And yet, what else am I doing? I mean, I guess Frame Builder is maybe the answer. Especially if I want to build clay rooms with Carpenter, it can make them very cheap. Still means I need read, but if I'm passing Brushwood Collector around, there probably is extra read in the game. I could just take the Pastor, but I do not plan to have the last room here. I think I'll go for the Frame Builder. I might use it for renos and building some clay rooms or something. Probably won't, but I don't care about most of these cards. The good cards come back, team. So the Plow Driver did get taken, which makes sense. It should have. The Seasonal Worker also got taken. I'm a little concerned somebody had combos, but I didn't see a Cottager at least. But somebody could have the Assistant Tiller. I probably just take House Steward here. I'm planning on kind of a bigger house. Is this a lunch stream? No, this is a work's been super slow, and so I've decided I can just essentially stop working. Now, is there a, like, 1% chance I'll have to take the stream down and respond to some crazy thing that pops up at work? Sure, but it's very unlikely. I think I just take the house steward here, right? I mean, this is... I should be able to build a good house with the hand I have. Woodcutter I just don't care much for. It's fine, but I'd rather just take a card that gives me 4 wood and 3 points down the line. I mean, Hedgekeeper also injects more wood in the game, so, like, these cards both mean that I'm also just good about taking wood, so whatever. Good luck with this one. Yeah, I mean, based on the other players, I probably will be fine, but we'll see. Hey, the Clay Hut Builder came back. I could definitely rent out a Clay and see myself building some Clay rooms this game. I actually think Carpenter is best with some Clay rooms. Like, I'll build 1 wood room, try to grow, and then maybe reno, play Clay Hut Builder, build some, like, mid to late Clay rooms or something. I'd be pretty happy with that plan. Now, if my opponents all just, like, don't figure out how to grow, I'll do that. It's really, like, the one thing that's been really confusing in, like, watching some Illumin streams and just my own experience, it's really hard to tell how and in what way players are bad. Some players, when they, like, get stuff like Carpenter's Parlor, will insist on, like, getting the parts to build 5 rooms out, or build out to 5 rooms at once. And it's just not that good. Is this the game I might play Roughcaster? Probably not, but I'm sure as hell not play a Geologist, so. Anyhow, yeah, some players are bad because they, like, just push themselves into the growth queue way too late. Other players are bad because they only understand how to grow and they can't do anything else. These opening miners are fine. The canoe isn't even awful here because I kind of want some extra reed. But I think I just take Rammed Clay. I love the flexibility Rammed Clay gives. It also works well with Clay Hut Builder. And it's also just a very easy start player that requires nothing. So I think it's just the most flexible card. And then on the wheel, Canoe, Milk Jug, Pond Hut, Shifting Cultivation. Like, this is a nice hand of miners in that most of them are, like, reasonably playable and are good. So I'm happy to see, like, reasonably solid packs thus far. Also, I realized very sunny behind me. It's still sunny behind me. Loki! Oh my gosh. That wasn't the plan. Hey, come on, bud. Come on. That wasn't the plan. Hey, team. You know what's hard to do in Revised? It's hard to plow. And guess who hasn't... Oh, I did see a plow driver, so plowing could be a little more open, but I will very happily take a moldboard plow here. I think it's quite good. I like Strawberry Patch. Threshing Board, I don't feel good about this game. I don't have a grain source. I do need to get, like, a hearth and play Animal Dealer in order to feed this game, probably. I don't have other feeding plans, so I would like to get, like, 4 early clay in order to build a hearth, because I don't see how else I'm going to feed, beyond taking some bottom feeding actions as well. There should be some day labor food coming into the game, I think. I think there's a seasonal worker that's going to get played. We'll see what else gets played. But I didn't see Mushroom Collector. I didn't see, like, Conjurer. So, like, the early food could be a little tight for me. So I will have to be on the watch or lookout for that. There's a Loam Pit. Loam Pit with Mining Hammer stuff is quite good. I would like, or not Mining Hammer, with Rammed Clay. Mining Hammer is probably the best card in this pack, but I really hate passing Loam Pit in this set. Especially knowing I already passed a seasonal worker. If there's an assistant tiller, it's just like, it's such a strong combo. And so even if I rarely use this myself, I think I'm happier just taking it out of the game, putting it in my hand. I might still want to use it for fencing type stuff if I get to grow really aggressively. While Mining Hammer is a bit better, and I certainly like it here quite a bit too, I think I'm happier having control on the Loam Pit and making sure it's not going into a seasonal worker assistant tiller type combo hand. On the wheel out of this pack, I'm probably going to be looking at Wool Blankets or Dutch Windmill last, so that's going to suck. Those cards are no good, but I also might have taken the Mining Hammer if my other miners weren't already fairly playable, but both Rammed Clay and Moldboard Plow should be pretty easy for me to play, so I'm just going to open this game with Reedstone Food, take 2 wood, hope to stay start player, although bad players tend to start player too much, but it's okay. I'll just keep taking some wood, play Carpenter, get another read action, build an early room, think about taking some food or taking a 4 clay action and building a hearth. Those are kind of the priorities for stage 1 for me. Here, these are a lot of just iffy miners. I don't need market stall. I have a veg source. Young animal markets rarely does much, especially with animal dealer. I can just get cows anyhow. So with rammed clay, clay embankment can be a decent combo, especially if I'm going to build clay rooms. I could do some weird clay shenanigans. So yeah, actually clay embankment might work out. Shepherd's Crook is like okay here. Drinking Trough is maybe okay, but 8 fence embankment, let's go. Yeah, I think clay embankment has to be right? Yeah, get like some silly 16 clay embankment, then build some late rooms and all my fences. We definitely have a very like good clay-based game here of rammed clay, loam pit, clay hut builder, clay embankment stuff. Like, this is a game I think I would love to just grow stupidly aggressively in. So we'll see if my opponents oblige. The canoe got taken, so that's the canoe getting taken is already a reason to think that there's going to be more read in the game. So I think my carpenter is going to be totally fine, especially if somebody plays brushwood collector. Sack cart's okay-ish, but grocer is gonna give me A grain, and I don't really think I'm baking, so I think that's a skip. I don't really need shifting cultivation, and so I do like pond hut okay here. I don't have great early food, and it might be timeout for my growth because I might get to play carpenter and house steward early and then play pond hut on time. I kind of dislike pond hut at times because it's very limiting, but it probably will get played, and if it doesn't get played, it's probably okay. Here, I can pull off the full clay shenanigans with hard porcelain, which is probably the play. I haven't really done these huge clay games, but I think it was on Lumen's stream the other day. Some guy ran like a crazy 30-some, like he got like 20-some clay, played clay embankment, had 30-some clay, but then yeah, used it all with rammed clay hard porcelain shenanigans. And that potentially is my game here, right? I can use hard porcelain and a bunch of extra clay in order to make sure I can red out to stone and have a big stone house. I think hard porcelain is just a better plan for stone than stone tongs, and then I just hate scullery. I kind of pretend it doesn't exist. Maybe it would have worked, but it's just hard to get an early wood and an early clay and then an early start player in order to get utility out of that. And I've already talked about wanting to red out a clay quickly, potentially, and play clay hut builder stuff. So, oh hey, wow, somebody took wool blankets and left large greenhouse. Although with grocer, I don't need large greenhouse. So I guess I take Dutch windmill as some sort of quasi ceiling if things go stupidly well. I mean, I'm just not playing either of these cards. Is most likely the answer, but yeah, okay, so there is now that our hand's in the right spot, if we refresh the screen, I think things look a little better. There we go. As I said, I'm just opening Reedstone Food. 2 wood is my plan. I was guessing, ooh, we get a tutor. Okay, that's fun. That could work for them. There was a decent number of OK Ox. We get 3 wood from Simon, that's fine. Usually this is Ock. If I get handed Ock, no I don't. I was gonna say I would just play Carpenter probably, but get a small scale farmer, that's a good Ock. More wood in the game makes me happy, I think, in general. Well, there's so much wood, I think, in this game probably. I'm likely going to play House Steward. There was a Hedge Keeper. There was Wood Cutter. So probably going to be plenty of wood. I also could have taken the 2 clay there. I kind of forgot about that. 2 clay with major flipping was maybe okay. I could have just got a fireplace and then planned to get a hearth later. I did kind of skip right over that. That maybe was actually better because I do want a hearth in this hand, and I kind of was just planning to 4 clay into a hearth, but 2 clay fireplace and then upgrade later, especially with sheep flipping here. Yeah, I probably should have taken 2 clay. But I stay start player, which is sweet. I just get another reedstone food, and then I will probably either get 3 wood or like carpenter or house steward. So this is a good start. Definitely nothing wrong with what's happening yet. We get paper maker tutor combo. Okay, so this guy's gonna burn a bunch of wood, probably play a woodcutter. I'm not sure where the seasonal worker or the plow driver is yet, but I am pretty happy that the opponent after me is setting up the early fireplace, because that means if I get a hearth, I'm sitting in front of him. He's also not building up room parts. Simon looks like he's building up room parts. Smack them. I mean, these players don't look like they're rated that highly. I've played a couple games against Simon, and just from other stuff, I mean, I know Simon's a pretty strong overall player, but the 2 reed does go. So yeah, I mean, I just get Ock here, but that's fine. I will just play Carpenter. I think I would rather get Carpenter out than House Steward rather than vice versa. Get 2 wood from this guy. I mean, this guy's presumably just going to keep playing some ox. Again, I think woodcutter's probably coming in next, just based on what I've passed and based on what he's doing. Woodcutter actually is kind of okay here, I think, for him as his next stock. Simon, again, is like pretty good. That is my main worry. Simon also like kind of has room parts coming in. Teal with small scale farmer, even if they get room parts soon, probably won't build just because of small scale farmers. Like, I think I'm gonna get first room. I don't think blue or purple is gonna be building soon. Teal, I wouldn't bet on building too soon. I would guess Simon based on just taking all the wood. I'm guessing Simon probably has brushwood collector. Just a hunch, but my next round, I probably should just take some wood or play house steward, but gosh, if I get offered another reedstone food, it's going to be hard to pass on. 2 clay from teal means that these guys are kind of fighting. I probably do need to worry about taking... Well, if I take reedstone food, I don't necessarily need to worry about food. The question is, do I get 3 wood back? If I don't get 3 wood back, I potentially don't build the first room. Simon does, but maybe that's not a big deal right now. I'm just going to keep taking the best action, right? Reedstone food is so good. An early, like a really early well is actually not a terrible way for me to feed this game early on either, until I can figure out better food source. We get the brushwood collector from blue, so Simon doesn't have brushwood collector. Simon does need reed. Simon chose not to take 2 reed and took 3 wood last round. That's actually kind of intriguing. What other wood, what other outs was there? There was the canoe, but Simon hasn't played that stuff yet either. I'll take 3 wood here if I'm able to. If I can't take 3 wood, I might just take 3 food so I can afford to play house steward. Also, the more I think about it, maybe Simon... I've been putting Simon on building a room, but Simon is just taking wood and plowing. So maybe Simon is setting up a really big country game, in which case I might be the only one pushing growth, which could turn out pretty nasty. I am just going to take 3 food and then plan to like play house steward. There's a chance maybe I take reedstone food again and then play house steward and just double build. I mean, I gotta watch out for other people being able to build rooms, I guess, but currently this looks totally fine. 2 wood again from blue is okay, but underwhelming. I just get to stay start player currently, which is sweet. Simon is playing a knock, and Simon doesn't have food. Simon has assistant tiller and has been plowing that way. Wow, that's surprising. I'm guessing Simon did get past the seasonal worker at this point, but if Simon got past seasonal worker, Loam Pit was in his opening pack. Wow, and we get a 3 clay action from Teal. That does not look strong. So Teal can build the first room and just drop their small scale farmer. Um, I think I'm just going to let that happen. I think I just keep taking the best action on the board. I just take another Reedstone food, and then I potentially play House Steward and I double build. I think this is fine. Oh, I forgot that giving 3 wood to blue also means blue can build. So yeah, actually, maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have cared about building the first room, because now my room tempo is a little funky. But yeah, I also have a ton of Reedstone food actions. I have good stuff going. Nobody's built the fireplace yet, actually, either. That's the crazy thing. Simon is taking 2 reeds. Yeah, everybody is trying to build rooms now, so I probably should have been in position to build a room here. Because Teal might decide to like just build a fireplace instead of a room, and then the person after me will get. Well, the person after me can't build the room because they need food. Simon also needs food, so actually I am pretty fine here because because everybody needs food. They can't start player. So I should be pretty okay here. Like Teal could build a room. And Teal probably should build a room, but I'm not sure Teal will build rooms just because of small scale farmer. And if I could double build at the start of round 5, that'd be sick. But like Simon really needs day laborer, but it looks like blue is going to take day laborer, so I don't know how Simon will feed here either. Simon might have really messed up by taking the. I guess Simon needed to take the read, but yeah, getting day labor blocked here. Oh, except actually, sorry, blue could just Ock, right? Blue could always Ock and then use paper maker food. Maybe? I don't even know how paper maker works. Before playing, he would pay a wood, get 3 food, pay. Yeah, he should still just Ock. Ocking is better for blue. Ocking out brushwood collector here, if assuming he has it, would be pretty good. But he day labors instead. Yeah, that's rough for Simon. I think Simon takes a beggar. Yeah, I don't see how Simon could get 2 food here. The sheep are still piling up too, which is the crazy thing. Nobody's actually building this fireplace, which is a little sad because again, I kind of want to take the clay and build the hearth, but I can't take this clay pile. I need to build room. Building room is definitely my next action. Everybody has room parts, and so yeah, I really want to get my rooms built. Just staying start player this whole game has been kind of nutty. 4 Reedstone food actions early is great. I eventually can just build a well. I do have some extra food going into the next rounds. Once I play House Steward, or I did play House Steward, sorry, so I can take some more wood and actually get the pond hut out. I can happily play rammed clay currently. Things are solid for me. Simon is debating what to do here. I don't even know what Simon should do. Simon chooses to just build a room and take 2 beggars. I think that's actually very reasonable. I really don't know what else he's supposed to do here, but taking 2 early beggars is probably just essentially death. I mean, I don't think he can overcome that. If I just build 1 room, I could afford Dutch Windmill. That's true. I'm definitely opening this next round. Wow, Teal's taking all the clay, so that's actually kind of annoying. I'm actually really happy I have Loam Pit as an out because I don't know why Teal wants all the clay, but it is pretty annoying that he's just gonna take it all. I mean, I guess again, Hearth is good, like the sheep are piling up, but I definitely just double build here. It's too important to build rooms. Growth didn't flip, which is a bit of a bummer. I really wanted to see growth, but I have 2 early rooms down. Like, it can't be bad. On the wheel here, I would like to get 4 wood or 3 wood, but I might not get those options. If I don't get those options, I probably... Well, I would have taken Reedstone food. That's not an option. Simon taking Reedstone food is a little interesting to me, actually, because now it kind of looks like Simon isn't on, like, a huge, full, big country rush. If he was, I think he just takes more wood. If I can't take wood here, all the options kind of suck. I guess just playing another Ock and giving up Pond Hut is probably the play, because I can just play Grocer then and actually drop the Loam Pit and stuff. Not being able to play Pond Hunt is fine here. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do because all these actions suck. Childless Tiller and Big Country. Oh, and he's taking Reedstone food so he can play an Ock here. Yeah, you're right. He's trying to take Reedstone food and play an Ock. Although if he has Childless, he was definitely supposed to take the 2 Reed in round 2. But I mean, again, like they're weaker players. Simon has beat me once before, so I might have a, or at least I think he did. So I might have a, I might think a little too highly of him, I guess, potentially. Gosh, I really wish I could take 4 clay here and at least threaten to build the fireplace, though. These sheep are crazy to me. Like, it's such a good food option, and a lot of people don't have food. Like, nobody building this fireplace is wild. I should have taken 2 clay probably in round 1, although I wound up with more stuff now because of it. But yeah, here comes purple finally building the fireplace. Lumen might be right. Simon could very well be dropping Childless here. That would not surprise me. That does make some kind of sense. Simon could try to start player again, I guess. Or not again. Simon could just start player in order to try to fight the growth queue. Make sure to get the first growth, but start player in here gets really messy if you're not willing to follow it up with another start player. So you didn't buy any tickets for the gun show. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just wear sleeveless tanks decently often. It's like 90 degrees outside right now, and I just took my dog for a walk right prior to this. Wisconsin occasionally gets hot, people. It's muggy and gross. I don't like it. Simon just day labors and cuts off his house, so he's not winning House Steward. This almost has to be like a big country game, but I don't get the Reedstone food then. But yeah, I mean, possibly just too much stuff is part of what Lumen's saying. If growth flips, that's the dream here. I could grow into Loam Pit, although Loam Pit fights Simon on day labor, which is a risky, but it also makes my food a little tight, so maybe that's not the play, although I kind of do want Loam Pit out. We'll see. Teal is playing an Ock here. I'm really hoping for growth because, as I've said, I think my game's a lot better if I just get to grow a bunch, and if it's earlier grow. Late grow is okay for me, but it's not what I want to see. North or south for Wisconsin? You live in Minnesota. I live in Madison, Wisconsin, so I mean I'm in southern Wisconsin. A roof baluster for 2 stone. Wow. That almost has to be a player who has a carpenter's parlor, right? Wow, and we get Reno. Well, shit. I did not want to see Reno. Start player in Loam Pit is pretty dangerous here because the food pressure gets real tight. But not start player here feels even worse, so I guess I just start player rammed clay. I think I have to start player though. I think it's too dangerous not to. But this is how a lot of my games have gone recently. I just haven't quite had the dreams. But that's okay. You can't always get everything you want, and I'm still just growing first against weaker players. It can't go too badly. God, my instincts, I really want to play that Loam Pit and get day labor here, but I think it's just too risky. I already have to do ugly things to feed, potentially, so not being able to play the well earlier is also a bit of a bummer. Like, if I had just 1 more wood, I guess I could buy the wood off Grocer in order to play the well, but, like, the early food off the well would be pretty sweet here, too. Wow, we're getting fencing from purple, not a room. So, I mean, I'm happy. If purple doesn't build a room, that's great for me, right? Like, any chance to just grow more for me is good. And purple is building a lot of fences, so they're completely out of the whole grow game for a while. I really just want 3-food fishing here. Like, it kind of sucks, but it'll help me accelerate out of this position. It looks like the board is going to kind of pile up a little bit for a while, potentially. Simon does just take wood, which kind of... I think Simon still has to have a big country. I just don't totally know what some of the other actions are about. Simon also has slight food issues. Teal has some food issues. Teal takes stone. I don't know what Teal's fighting the stone for. If Teal takes the well, I'm a bit sad, because, like, the best thing is that, but... honestly, like pottery, basket makers, I don't know, lots of options with all my stone. I'll find a use for it eventually. The well was just the best answer, but I still need a hearth long term this game. So like, if I could grow into 6 clay into hearth type stuff would be good. Simon Day Labor plows here, makes sense. I'm gonna grow... God, what do I grow with? I really want to grow with the loam pit. I guess I could grow hard porcelain, but I hardly need to put more stone in the game. Wow, so this is Reno Lumber Mill from Teal, and Teal's probably just Renoing again, so it looks like the grow queue is... well, or this is Priest, right? This could be Priest. But I hardly needed a start player for this grow, although I guess it forces Simon to start player, because otherwise I can start again. Do I dare play Loam Pit here and force myself onto a food action? Nah, I don't. The board's too good to do that. I will play Hard Porcelain. I may never use it. That may be a waste of a clay, actually, but we'll see. Kind of am hoping to get 6 clay here. 6 clay here would be pretty big. Simon kind of needs to start player for the next growth. Otherwise, I could just start player for the next growth. Not that I have things to keep start playering with, but... it's actually an interesting question. If Simon doesn't start player here, do I actually start player nothing on the wheel? I think not. Simon chooses to take wood and not fight for the start player. I'm hoping for 6 clay here. Yeah, I'll just take 6 clay. With rammed clay in hand, I mean, this is a 6 wood action. It's also just all sorts of stuff. Simon does need to start player for the grow. We'll see if he does. We do have Cottager in that hand. Wow, and so I have the Loam Pit. I'm assuming that this guy kept the Seasonal Worker then too. So this might be Cottager Seasonal Worker. The Tiller's here and the Loam Pit's here. I mean, regardless, I'm happy to have cut the Loam Pit from the game, I think. I'm not sure I'm going to get time to really use Clay Hut Builder stuff or not. I don't really even know if I'm ever going to build another room, but... maybe I will. I mean, it's still not clear to me who and when people are growing. I really need to figure out my food situation, though, pretty badly. Like, my food is rough, and food is rough for a lot of people. I think it has to be build a hearth and try to play animal dealer. But big day labor fight? Kind of. It just started, but yeah, the day labor fight looks like it's coming. I don't think I'm really going to try to even play or get in Loam Pit stuff. Although maybe. Simon is going to be done with seasonal or assistant tillering at some point, because Simon almost certainly is trying for a big country here. It's just going slowly. Simon had to start player Nada there, which is pretty painful. We do get a Reno from Teal, which means, yeah, this room queue, though, is crazy. Like, Simon's going to grow, but, like, it's not even clear yet that Purple's going to... like, Purple can't even build a room currently. So, like, I think I'm just getting grow in round 7 and 9, so as much as I'd like to complain about this game, things are still pretty dandy. There are some hearths left for me, but everybody's kind of trying to feed that way, so it's It's possible I should transition to more of like pottery BMW as my feeding options this game. Then again, nah. I think it has to be hearth and animal dealer stuff. I think that's just my best way to feed. But I really need food in order to pay for grocer, in order to pay for this big family. And there's just not a lot of food in this game currently. Well, purple has a lot of food, but nobody else does. I probably take 4 reed here, actually. Yeah, if it's an option. 4 reed is the BMW then for feeding, which is pretty nice. I don't expect to get 6 wood, but I would take 6 wood. Wow, I'm going to get 6 wood. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, a scholar. Okay, assuming they did get the plow driver in the draft, that's a pretty sweet setup at least. But yeah, that's an easy 6 wood grab. Food, though, team. Food is still an issue. I could buy the grain off grocer and build a clay oven or something, but that's pretty awful. I don't like that. I think I'm going to try to get the reed and then possibly even renovate into the basket maker's workshop or something. Although that's not a hearth. It probably is supposed to be build the hearth here and hope to get the sheep pile. Yeah, it's probably hearth into sheep. Nobody's building, well, purple is probably building a room here, right? Like that's what this player is gonna do. Who wants the reed? I mean, nobody actually wants the reed, I guess, is right, Lumen. I don't really need to take it. I just want to figure out my food. But I think I can hearth, sheep, grow, reed, BMW or something, maybe? Simon might actually day labor here. Simon has big food issues too. Yeah, Simon is going to day labor, which makes things a little annoying for Purple, because Purple wanted to day labor in order to build with Cottager. But Purple probably just builds on the normal spot. I still can grow in front of Purple. It's just I don't necessarily have the food to do it. But building the hearth does give me the ability to grow next round. So that's probably what I do. I guess there is also just build the well as another option. I keep skipping on that option, but I think hearth is too important for long-term feeding for me. I think hearth just solves all my problems on how I get food long-term. It could be a bit of an ugly next round still. Oh wow, purple's not going to build a room. Okay, well, that makes it easier also. Because, okay, purple does have the seasonal worker. Cool. I can't leave the sheep for next round because teal can take them. So I think I do take sheep here as a food option. I have an option to play animal dealer and take pigs. I could just take the reed pile and build BMW. I like the option of reed pile BMW. Wow, that's actually not plow driver. That's just scholar for butter churn. Okay. I would expect Simon's round to probably be fence, plow, big country. I also could just skip growing this round, but that feels so wrong. I think I'm supposed to grow. The problem is I still really want to grow loam pit. Oh, but I have moldboard plow. I can grow moldboard plow this round. So yeah, I think take the reed, build BMW, grow is my dream sequence. The big issue is I probably have to take the reed. Purple will probably day labor to build a room. I will then grow, mold more plow, and hope major gets left open, which nobody really looks like they want major, so I think that'll probably work. Although there's 3 stone, somebody might take 3 stone and then threaten to build a well. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, regardless, this game should probably just be over. I'm getting to grow 1st and 3rd overall. Simon is the only other person that grew and already took 2 beggars. The other players are just not growing, so I mean, I don't see how any of them can actually contest with that. I'm just gonna have such crazy action advantage throughout the rest of the game. If I take the reed pile here too, I do potentially just build another room pretty soon and grow again because nobody else is going to. Like Simon can't build and grow. I guess purple will be building to at least grow. Yeah, Simon is fencing here. I would expect fence 10 and then plow into big country. Looks like his round. Teal, I really don't know what they're gonna do. I think Teal wanted to fence. But yeah, here's fence 10 from Simon. So that Simon does want to day labor next action probably. Teal just fishes for food. Okay, well that's... My opponents just have really bad feeding. I mean, not that my feeding is amazing, but I will take the big reed stack, hope to build BMW. I'm expecting day labor out of, yeah, purple, so I will have to grow next action. Simon will plow regularly. Teal will do whatever Teal wants to do. The board is going to be kind of crazy next round again. Big clay piles, probably some big wood piles. I'm going to have all the actions. Not all the actions. Simon will have a lot of actions too, actually. But this looks pretty winning. Especially if I can build BMW here. If I can't build BMW, I have to like just take a veg action in order to feed, which isn't the end of the world. I would rather not, but Moldboard Plow is going to be very good here. Because of the resource stacks, my fencing should be very easy this game. Like, it looks like there'll be lots of clay and lots of wood if you just have actions to take it, and I will have actions to take it. My food is going to slow me a little. Still, the hearth helps and the BMW helps a lot, assuming I get it, but it still requires a few things. Wow, Teal just takes a 2 food action. That's probably just to play things with Scholar, but like, yikes. When you can't afford to grow your family and you have to take like 2 food actions, I mean, that's... You don't have enough actions to be able to afford that, but... Whoa. Simon is playing an occupation? That has to be wrong. Simon needs to play big country in order to feed. Okay, yeah, he's undoing that. He wanted to start playing big country here, surely. Or he could major block me, actually. Major blocking is smarter, but he does choose to start player. But major is actually a really strong move there for Simon, because he would block my BMW, which would have been pretty slick, because I'm not start playing, and nobody else is. So yeah, that actually could have been pretty slick. Who's winning? I mean, I've won this game. I mean, it's not everything has gone exactly right. I wish for a few different things, but I mean, it's mostly just if growth came earlier, God, I would just have more actions to crush the game. But I grew 1st and 3rd. Simon is the only other person that grew, but Simon took 2 beggars already. The other 2 players haven't got to grow yet. This player doesn't have a room. This player finally will get to grow this round. I have crazy action advantage. The board is going to look silly here. I would be really surprised if I can't win this game. My fences are pretty trivial with rammed clay and big resource stacks on the board. I have moldboard plow, and Simon can't block my plows. My other opponents just don't have actions. I have met 4 people already. I'm also gonna win House Steward because I will just build another room eventually. So yeah, I don't see how I don't just win this game by a lot. There's a 4 stone action, a 6 wood action, a 6 clay action. There's a bunch of animal actions that I do want. I would really like to play Animal Dealer so I can like just spam some actions for food, because admittedly my grocer is also going to be big here eventually. There's a Milk Jug. Hey, I love seeing Milk Jug. Throw me a little food. Throw me just a little more food. That's all I need. Simon takes the 6 wood. Makes tons of sense. I really want the 6 clay. The 6 clay partly just to make Reno easier, partly just because I have rammed clay, hard porcelain shenanigans. Teal is played an Ock manually, even though they have Scholar. Now the plow driver comes out. Wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, Teal has some strong stuff if they had food. I'm taking the 6 clay. Taking the 6 food on the pigs maybe was actually... Nah, taking the 6 clay is more important to my game. Yeah, this is better. I'd love to take the 4 stone on the wheel here. 4 stone is just pretty silly here, while the well and other majors still exist. Simon probably will take 4 stone though. Nah, Simon's gonna take the pigs on me. So that makes my feeding a little tighter. I do have to be a little careful here because but I don't know. My feeding's really fine. I have a BMW, I have a hearth, I have actions. Like, I'll totally be fine. I take 4 stone here. I could just build a well. I could just take cow. I probably eventually need to play Animal Dealer just for some extra food, but... Simon does take the 4 stone now instead of the boar, actually. Yeah. I think it's probably better for him. I will definitely take the boar. Teal's gonna fence, which is good. But yeah, I'll take the boar just for food, and then I'll play Animal Dealer. And possibly just take the cows. Not being able to fence yet, it's a little sad. So, I mean, there is that, but the boar are going to be a big help to my food game. I mean, I'd love to play Animal Dealer and then take the boar, but the boar are under too much threat from too many players here. This Milk Jug probably is going to pay off huge for Teal, at least, and Teal does need food, so I maybe should be a little careful, because Teal's game's not entirely awful. Scholar Plow Driver is pretty strong. It's an interesting fencing arrangement, but it works. Anyhow, I take some boar. Eat a boar. If Simon doesn't build a well with his next action, I probably do just buy down to the stone off grocer and build the well. I could renovate to the well, actually. That's probably what I'd do. If I'm going to build another room, it's probably out of clay. I mean, I guess clay and wood are the same to me, but... I do eventually need to plow too. There's not that many rounds left in the game, and I do need to get plows in, but I'm after a plow driver, after an assistant tiller, so like I'll get my moldboard plows out pretty easily without too much problem. It doesn't look like anybody's going to grow next round, so I could try to figure out how to grow next round, but I think that's putting too much pressure on myself. I can just build a room in like round 13 to grow. I don't really need that many actions this game. Grocer saves me a lot of actions if I get a lot of food. Simon is probably building the well here. Yep. All right. Good move, Simon. I would have done that, but can't do it, and that's fine. I think I do then just play Animal Dealer here and then like take the cows. I guess I could just fence otherwise and like take the sheep. Not terrible. Huh. Kind of hate paying 2 food for animal dealer, but I think I just really want animal dealer on the team. And then I just don't really think I want 2 cows to be on the board for anybody. I mean, this throws a lot of food into the game for everybody now, which maybe is too kind, but I plan to take a pair of cows again later this game for food, so I'm just gonna eat these 2 cows now. My food woes are solved, so that's good. My next round here is basically take wood, possibly start player loam pit actually, because the loam pit's still not awful here. I could start day laboring loam pit stuff just for more resources, but yeah. I currently want 4 wood or 3 wood type actions. Actually, that's really all I need. Wow, he has a groom too. Dang, he has the whole. Well, he has everything except manservant, but yeah. Regardless, I have a lot of actions still. I still have 16 actions this game. I really just need some more resources. I need to be able to fence that I can use my animal dealer to get tons of animals. My plows, I really just, I think, plan to plow twice using moldboard plow. Just plow and get 2 fields each time. Build 1 more room and then fence 6 spaces. So just the 4 pastures should be good. The 4 pastures work well for 1 sow action off grocer. Buy all the stuff. Sow A grain and 2 veg is a nice point move. Yeah, all of that sounds pretty good. I'm definitely just taking 4 wood here, assuming that teal doesn't. I don't really know what teal does here. Teal just doesn't have actions. It needs to take grain and veg. Teal needs to take animals, but there's no animals. Teal needs to maybe get a bit more food. Yeah, he's just going to take veg, though. I take 4 wood easily. I do have enough resources. I could think about fencing max here and then taking 2... Which actually, that maybe is the play, right? Fencing here is fine. I don't need wood for anything else. I save a bit of clay for later reno. I fence, yeah, I definitely fence here, then hope to take one of the animal things with animal dealer and start breeding animals to really make my food situation easy. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm doing. My next action is fence. Well, or is it 3 wood fence cows? 3 wood fence cow might be better. 3 wood saves. Oh, okay, it's not 3 wood. Simon's taking more wood. Probably just building the joinery at this point. I'm not sure. But regardless, I'm just going to fence. I do still need to get these plow actions in at some point. So it could be fence, like cows, then plow. But I just don't think there's like any pressure on this. Well, I can't take cows. So that's a slight bummer. Would have loved to take the pair of cows and breed them, but I can do that sometime next stage. Even taking a pair of boars here and being able to breed boars is pretty good. And I probably get the boar. It's not a guarantee, but regardless, fencing, just getting my fences out of the way is good. I can always get more clay still by playing loam pit and on a start player, which I might do. But we'll max out this. I did buy the wood off grocer. And we're going to pay all my wood. The only thing that costs wood in my hand is a pond hut and a Dutch windmill, which I don't want. Oh, I forgot I had clay embankment. Whoops. I could have start playered clay embankment here. That might not have actually been that bad either. Yeah, actually clay embankment was reasonable, but I'm gonna skip on by it rather than restart and do that again. But clay embankment wouldn't have been crazy because I do need clay now to reno. Purple's gonna start player. Not a huge fan of that, but honestly, this table has been very averse to start player, and so I don't really care. I mean, purple is gonna maybe get growth, maybe get plow, so I don't know if either of them are that good for him anyhow. So whatever. Simon is building the joinery. That's fine. There's plenty of extra wood. I'll take a pair of boar. Use the animal dealer here. Get an extra boar. That helps. That's good. Some extra food. And then I just plow twice. I do not just plow twice. Okay, I get blocked from that. So that's a slight bummer because I left myself not a lot good to do. So that was maybe a mistake. Because none of these actions are actually good. Which is kind of remarkable. I mean, I can just take a reedstone food. It's mediocre, but it's probably the best bet. I could otherwise play Frame Builder. Frame Builder makes it a little easier to reno if I take some more wood, but I don't plan to take more wood. Yeah, okay, I slightly screwed up this round. I definitely have cost myself some efficiency here because I have just like a dead action. But I'll just take a reedstone food. My priority probably is plow now because if I don't get those plows, I'm really in trouble. The 4 clay is pretty good, but honestly, I might just start player. Like, I might just wind up start playing the loam pit at some point this round. We'll see. I mean, ultimately, whatever. I have enough good things going on this game. Again, I'd just be surprised if I'm not winning this. I'm gonna have fields, I'm gonna have crops, I'm gonna have pastures, gonna have animals, gonna probably get to a stone house. I have house steward, I have okay improvements. Nobody should touch this reed stack probably for the rest of the game, so I probably just get to take like a 5 reed action in the final round, which is gonna max out a BMW. I mean, we'll see, but it seems like a pretty clear win. Urgent growth flips. I mean, yeah, the priority here is like to grow if I could, but I won't be able to. Plow is the next best thing for me by far. Double plowing here is pretty good. I don't really care about wood anymore, which is a little sad because that means there's a lot of wood, right? Maybe I take wood and build stables, but I don't really think I have time for that. But I do want more clay, so I can actually renovate. Purple does grow. It's pretty expected. I definitely need to plow. Purple and I both need to plow. There's not that many plow actions left, and my moldboard plow is still going to be very good as long as I actually get on the plow space. Simon needs to fence again. Simon needs crops. Simon wants to reno, so Simon might take 4 clay. Yeah, that's fine. Purple might take 3 clay here just to be able to day labor build another room in order to tie me on house steward, but teal's gonna start player for grow, that's fine. Has a bread paddle, don't care. Maybe I just don't build another room? I thought I was gonna build another room this game, but maybe I don't care. It doesn't look like anybody's gonna beat me for house steward, and I don't super need the other family member, and I don't really have the resources to justify going for it, so maybe I do just do a 4-room house. There's nothing wrong with a 4-room house. I mean, I guess I could just take 3 wood and build a wood room. Currently I can't take 3 wood. Simon's I'm gonna just take 3 clay though. I mean, 3 clay gets me my reno. The cow gets taken again. That's sad. I would have loved to take double cow, but it's okay. I will take the clay. The clay also means that this guy's like not gonna build a room, so there is still a stone oven to just build for points. I could just reno stone oven and then hope to still get more stone potentially. Actually, yeah, I probably do that. There's quite a bit of stone. There's a hedge keeper. There's so much wood in the game now. I mean, I think I said there was a lot of wood in the game earlier, but Again, tempo matters a lot. I mean, part of why I'm having a good game is I can actually take animals and stuff, and I was able to breed a bit, and I already got it out of the way. I mean, everybody actually already is fenced, but Simon just takes grain. It's fine. I probably do just Reno Stone Oven. I mean, I'm not gonna bake anything, but it's just for points. Could still play the Loam Pit and take more clay, but don't really guess I need to do that. I think I have enough stuff to do. I'm just gonna Reno. Next round I can take 3 stone, and then I still have a grocer stone to buy. I think it's just take a pair of sheep here. I eventually need to do this action, and right now is as good as any. My next round is probably just plow again. Plowing is very safe. I mean, I could take plow sow. I could buy all my crops off grocer and plow sow, and then hope to get double plow still, and just, yeah, I'm never building another room, right? That might, yeah, actually that's pretty good here. I like teal's gonna take grow. I take plow sow after buying all my grocery goods because I can eat 2 more, buy all the groceries, and plant a grain and 2 veg. Then I hope to get one of the 3 stone piles on the wheel so that I can reno, which I probably succeed. I eventually get to farmland. I also really want to take 2 cows this round. We'll see if I get away with all that, I guess. Wow, teal just played cattle feeder, but already has a pair of cows. I don't really like that from teal. Like, why take the cows earlier? I guess it's just a feeding play, but weird. Anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna eat a boar. Whoops, that's reorganization. That's eating. I would like to eat some boar. And then we're gonna eat all of our grocery stuff, and then we'll plow sow. And then eventually we'll get another double plow in, hopefully. Alright, grocer did its thing. We can now plow sow, do a huge plow sow action. Good old grocer. Alright, so yeah, the dream for the rest of this round is probably 3 stone, the cow, and plow. I mean, that's the dream. I really think I should take one of the 3 stone actions. The reno is very good for me. I guess the question is who wants the 3 stone, but I mean, I think purple does want a 3 stone action because purple can reno if they get 3 stone. With brushwood collector, they have the reno stuff. And reno fence when you have hedge keeper, like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Simon maybe wants 3 stone to try to reno twice, but that's pretty greedy from Simon, but I'm definitely going to take 3 stone. I mean, this double plow is very good for me too. It's a 4-point action. I really want to take it, but there's just not much pressure on it. This guy still has plow driver. And just has like no actions. Purple does want more plows, so probably takes it, but then I can just take it next round highly. But if I don't take 3 stone here, the reno might never happen because Simon and purple could decide to take 3 stone, and I am actually kind of running out of points for the rest of the game. Like, I can grow again, but I think I should definitely line up a reno. I think I should end in a stone house this game. Simon just taking more wood. I mean, Simon needs defense again, but I think I can secure plow next round. Yeah, correct. Simon can't plow. Teal is currently start player and would rather just plow sow. So I think I'm just going to get plow next round is my theory. Regardless, I mean, I might still get it this round, to be fair. I'm not even sure purple takes plow here. I mean, purple probably should, but purple might also decide to take 3 stone in order to reno, which is what they do. So then I will just plow, and then I'm hoping to get cow, but Simon might take cow. But I probably, well, maybe I take cow next. Cow next is really good to build up breeding cows. My food is a little tight. right at the moment. I don't have any animals to eat, and BMW is not going to fully feed me, so I'm actually going to have to eat like a sheep or a boar and not breed all. Or I could just eat veg. No, I'll eat a veg. That's fine. It's whatever. Breeding all my animals is nicer for points and food options. I'll just eat a veg when I harvest it. And I'll still eat a reed in the harvest. Oh, not getting the cow though. Okay, well, that makes that easy. I definitely just plow then, assuming that Teal's out of action. So yeah, I definitely plow here. It's a very easy plow. This does leave me a little vulnerable to somebody stealing House Steward on me, but given how much clay is in the game, it just doesn't look like it's possible for me to lose House Steward here. Trying to win House Steward with only 4 rooms, for the record, is normally not a winning strategy. Normally somebody will build more than that, but it does not actually look to be the case this game. Currently there's 1, 2, 3 renovations wanted this game, and there's only 3 reno actions left. So I would be happy to reno here if I'm able to. If I don't get reno, I probably just take the reed stack around early. Don't really have anything else to do. How did my opponents do this game? My opponents did pretty poorly. Simon, I think, had the ideas for a really good game, but really messed up his food in stage 1 by having to take 2 beggars. That was really a mistake. Simon also took a Reedstone food action that I don't understand. He has used the stone, but he still hasn't used the reed. I think he should have just taken more wood, and he would have probably been able to like fence 13 or 14, so he wouldn't have to go back and fence again, which he still really needs to fence again this game, for the record. But overall, Simon's probably made the most like sensible moves. Purple was just way too slow on building their room. I get that they had this combo stuff, but they just grew way too late. Nothing else they've done has been like that bad, but it's just growing too late. Like, you just can't do that. And then Teal choosing to grow never also like just doesn't win. I mean, he has some sweet stuff, but he's had to take way too many like dead actions in terms of just taking food, like taking a 3 food, 2 food action. Like, nobody was feeding well. And Teal could have built a fireplace and taken a big sheep grab early and like really solved his food problems. And for some reason let Purple have the first fireplace. I think that was a big missed opportunity for Teal also. Teal doesn't seem to have any other support for 2 rooms beyond the small scale farmer. Well, correct, he doesn't, but a lot of people just like look at Scholar and Plow Driver and also think small house. And to be fair, it is a small house strat, but Reno is here. I'm just going to take Reno and get myself out of the queue. I don't want to think about the queue. I don't want to deal with it, and I also just don't have anything good to do. I will play a Lone Pit here, probably not using it, but it's a free point. Free is a bit of a stretch since it cost me a food, but it's okay. I mean, my game again is pretty complete here, right? I have max fields, max pastures, I have good crops. Purple is start playing, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Purple's even bothered to play a herring pot. Don't know what that's about, but whatever. Purple can't even reno. They used all their wood. Simon is going to reno fence. Purple's probably going to grow. Or Purple needs to plow. Purple's going to plow sow. Simon will grow. Teal will do whatever. I probably open with 2 cows. And then after I take 2 cows, I honestly don't have a lot to do. Maybe a sow action is a couple of points. Otherwise, maybe I find a way to... I don't even know what I'm going to find. I don't have a lot of points next round, but we'll see. You thought you were going to see like Pastor and Priest. Yeah, that's true. I also thought I was going to see Priest at least. That would have made a little more sense. But all right, we do need to eat a veg, I said. That's okay. Yeah, my game is kind of done. I mean, I'm not going to get to grow, so I'm not going to wind up with a max family, but almost nobody here is winding up with max family anyhow. And again, I have everything else. Oh, I do have this big reed pile, actually. That's actually, I'd probably take the cows, then take the big reed pile. And then I just scrounge up a bit more food, do whatever else I can, and I still have probably a 50-point game here. And I mean, just being able to grow first and third overall was always winning here. None of my opponents have put together a strong game. But yeah, Simon really needs the red fence here. I really do need the cow here pretty badly. But Simon and Teal shouldn't take cow first action, and neither, Purple shouldn't take cow first action either. Purple really needs to plow sow. Is this arena? There is no arena for Agricola yet, so it's just whatever. I have been half trying to get into some better games because I don't trust the ratings on a lot of the other highly rated players, but I've been struggling to get into games against them, which has been a bit sad. I am glad to just have an easy win here, though, to be honest, because I've been on just this weird run of Agricola games where I've had a lot of games where I just get close seconds and just like everything goes wrong, and it's nice to just have a good easy win once in a while. It did turn out that this hard porcelain did nothing, which probably isn't too surprising. In late family growth, there just wasn't enough time for me to do things. This game becomes such a bloodbath in an early growth game. I mean, I would just get I would get to probably still grow first and third, which means that I have so many more actions. I probably just am growing like fifth at that stage. I mean, I guess my food maybe gets to be a problem, but I don't know. I would have been able to punish my opponents so much, but... You think I always win Grick on stream. To be fair, I've won quite a bit on stream, I won't lie. It's just like, I've played a couple of games off stream recently, but how did the early rounds of the game go? The early rounds of the game also were a bit silly. I was in first seat, nobody ever took it away from me, and I just got to take Reedstone food all game. I took Reedstone food 4 times. I played Carpenter and House Steward, took like 2 wood and a food action probably was my stage 1. My first action then in stage 2 was double build. Yeah, that's basically how the early game went. Nobody really wanted to start player. Definitely was fortunate for me, but to be honest, I didn't even really need it that much. I mean, all the early Reedstone foods were great though. I mean, definitely not complaining about it, but I don't actually know how much it mattered. It would have been okay to take some other read actions or just build one room and then go back later, but yeah, it went pretty well. How do I leverage the stone and Reedstone food early? So to be fair, I didn't actually, but it didn't even matter that much. It's more the early food is great too, right? Like, I got to take 4 Reedstone food actions, which means I got 4 reed, 4 food, and 4 stone. It's pretty good. Does a lot of things. The stone eventually just turns into points. I used all my stone this game productively. I wanted to find time to build the well, but I had no wood and like it didn't work. But like one of the really good sequences and what it would have actually been pretty strong for me in this game is like, if I had even just 1 extra wood, I could have like built the well in round 5, and having an extra food in these mid-game rounds when the game was so food tight and I was trying to grow aggressively and it was really tight for me to be able to grow and do it successfully. Having that extra well food would have provided me like a lot of extra room to wiggle. The well is just great points also, so yeah, I was a bit sad that didn't work out. I couldn't quite swing that. If I had 1 more wood, I would have been able to, But otherwise, other majors are good too, right? So like, actually, to be fair, like the early stone still did matter for me because I turned it into a basket maker's workshop, and the basket maker's workshop was really important for me, starting in this harvest. And if I didn't already have stone built up from earlier, finding more feeding would have been tricky. But did I wind up eating a good amount of reed? Yeah, so I built Basket Maker's Workshop in this harvest. I've eaten 1, 2, 3 reed thus far, and I plan to eat another. And I plan to max, like, I'm going to take this pile of reed, so I'm going to max out. I'm going to, like, this is a 5-point improvement that also provided me 12 food. I mean, it also required me to get a lot of reed, but there's been a lot of reed. Nobody's been building rooms, and a brushwood collector was in the game, so... but I would take the pile of reed here. I don't have a lot else to do, and I don't really think anybody's taking it, but it's my only 3-point action. Sowing is pretty good for me, admittedly, and that's probably not coming back, but I can just take a veg for a point. I can take a grain for a point. I do need a bit more food. I have a reed to eat and a boar to eat, but yeah, I actually, well, I can eat a grain currently, but taking some sheep isn't a terrible action either. Not that the sheep are probably coming back, I guess, but we'll see. Simon did not reno fence. Wow, Simon chose to grow, actually. Oh, but now he gets to reno fence, because, yeah, purple chose not to. Okay, that was just a good read. How did... Oh, purple reno is on day labor. Duh, okay. Of course, purple is always going to reno on day labor. There was less of a reno fight than I thought. I always forget that cottager renos for some reason. I just think a cottager is a thing where you build rooms. But yeah, Simon gets a nice fence action here, fills out their fencing. Now they can actually take, well, Simon's out of actions, yeah. I mean, Simon ultimately wound up with a decent enough game here, but yeah, the 2 beggars are really just the only problem. If there weren't 2 beggars, you know, he has a good enough game that maybe it's somewhere. I do get the sow. The sow is a 2-point action for me. Gets me another veg point, gets me another grain point. I still have 1 extra grain to eat, so currently I can eat 1 boar, 1 reed, 1 grain, and my 1 food, and I'll have just enough food, so I get to breed everything, and end at, well, 3 cows versus 2 cows doesn't matter, but 4 sheep and 3 boar. The sheep don't come back, so I probably have no points here. Plain and green grocer. Oh, just for food, okay. Because of paper maker. I really think I have no points left. None of my improvements do anything. I guess grain is a point if I didn't already have to eat a grain, but I do. I'm the only action left. I'll just play for tiebreaker, I guess is the right play here, maybe. Not that it should matter, but I'll just take 4 clay. Yeah, just take 4 clay. But yeah, that's it. This should be a pretty easy win. I also forgot, I mean, I have the house steward points. I have a 5-point BMW. I do have this just 3-point stone ovens. Like, I have a decent number of points off board. I have by far the most complete farm. Probably win this game by 10 points. Maybe more. Which again, I'm not sad about. I'm kind of happy to just have an easier win here, honestly. Oh wow, I've never actually seen the hard porcelain menu, but there it is. Should maybe actually use that card someday, but... I am a little sad that I wasn't able to do silly clay things. Like in an earlier grow game here, I think I do wind up probably taking a lot of clay and doing a clay embankment, silly clay shenanigans, but... How much ELO are we gaining? Almost nothing, right? We're going to gain very little ELO is the downside, which part of our goal is to actually move up in the ranks, and this is not really going to do it, but against these sorts of players, I'm going to guess I gained 7 or 8 ELO, and so I just crawl back towards where I want to be. I played a silly game last night with CS and some friends that we were teaching, and I agreed to not put it in training mode, and god, that game went just the worst. That one was miserable. I actually took third there and just lost a ton of elo. Ugh, gross. It's gross, gross, gross. But whatever, that's fine. Currently, Agricola on this site is a bit wild. I really just need to go hunt out some more of these 500 rated Japanese players, or even the 300 rated players I watch on Lumen's stream today, because oh my god, I do not think they're very good. Now, admittedly, whatever, they're falling in situations they don't know how to play well, but yikes, like, there is some elo to be gained if only I could get the right opponents to poach. Does winning by a large margin increase your elo faster? No, it does not matter. Third while I was coaching, correct. It was pretty gross. There was one guy we were like coaching, and the other guy was just a random on the site because we couldn't find anybody else. And the random on the site gave CS way too much. And I was starting 4th seat, and I was sitting right in front of the random, and the random just start playered and handed CS, first growth and some other nonsense. I mean, CS probably was just winning that game anyhow. It was late growth, and he had childless, and I had a hand that said I needed early growth. So, like, there's just that luck, too. But it was pretty gross. Like, I knew CS had won as soon as growth showed up in round 7, and he got handed that growth. Okay, when I said I was going to win by 10, it turns out I win by 16. Simon, yeah, the early beggars really cost Simon a lot. None of my opponents put together a good game, but that happens. Sounds like the async game this morning. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of, right? Like, sometimes late growth just happens, and the person who has childless, wow, I actually gained 9. Okay, that's a little better than I thought. We're climbing at least back up into the 400s where we want to be, but we want to be 500, so I got a long ways to go still. But yeah, I really don't know if there was much else to say about this game. Wow, I earned 15 read from the board. That's maybe something to say. My opponents, just didn't take reads, so that's part of why the BMW and I got to build and do a big house. I also got the most stone from the board. Took the most clay from the board. I did not take much wood from the board. Some of my opponents did a great job taking all the wood at least, but I also just had the most actions, right? I have a big action advantage here. It's just a lot of why I won. I had the most actions. And then I also just fed the most efficiently from the, once I turned the corner in the mid game. The early game we were all a bit inefficient on food, but oh well, anyhow, that was fun. Some of us were real close to winning this morning. Yes, we were. No, I mean, whatever, right? Like, the thing is, like, this is the other thing. Like, I actually don't intend to, like, play you, Fofo, or CS, or, like, I wanted to play Tepembo the other day. Like, these are just not good plans in order to raise my elo, right? Like, that's not who I should be trying to poach. Like, you guys I know are, like, very strong players, and that's not really this people I should be trying to gain elo from. But, like, whoever I was watching on Lumen's stream today, like, they're 300 rated, but they were not handling that situation well at all. I've played this guy before, and it was I think it was this guy in the game with Tepembo I played, and this guy repeatedly start playered in order to guarantee the first growth in a late growth game. I was sitting after him, Tepembo was sitting after this guy, so Tepembo just grows second easily, crushes that game. I grow last and take a really easy second. This guy winds up taking last. Like, I was very unimpressed with his game. Like, he only knew how to push growth, and when it was a food tight game and he had to start player a ton in order to secure that growth, I mean, he just crumbled. Like, it was real ugly watching it. Like, I'm not convinced. I think a lot of these high rated players right now are high rated just because they understand to push growth, and against weak players, like I just showed today, like, I have accepted that unfortunately I can't play small house strats against weak players, because you really just need to be able to grow aggressively, and you can just control the board once you grow a lot. But you also don't have to grow that aggressively if everybody else at the table grows way too aggressively and you can food pressure. Like, I don't know, there's some lovely intricacies to Agricola still, and I'm, like, learning slightly how to handle, like, weird tables. Anyhow, to speed it all up, the point is, a lot of these high-rated players, I've watched them play, and these are the players I need to start playing in order to steal elo from, except not the ones that I actually know are legit. So I don't want to play Lumen, I don't want to play Tepembo, I don't want to play Fofo, I don't want to play CS wherever he's at. These are not the players I take elo from. I don't want to play Turmbar. Like, these guys I know from playing Agricola are very strong and are not worth getting elo from. But some of these other players in the 500s right now, these are the guys I wish I could be playing more of. I think this is where the elo is to be gained still. But regardless, we'll see. I mean, I'd like to get up here early in the season and actually get some badges while I think it's a little easier to get them. Because I just don't really trust these ratings fully yet. But it's also hard to get tables that actually have enough elo that are worth stealing. But I guess I could just try to just keep winning 9 elo tables at a time. That one certainly was pretty easy. Like, there wasn't really any threat there, but whatever. Anyhow, that's a lot of blabbing. This was fun. I might pop back on real soon and do one more. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Regardless, this is a good one. Maybe I'll actually get back to doing Terra Mystic again someday soon too. We'll see. But who knows? Until such times, this was fun. I will see folks around. Don't totally know what my weekend plans are yet either, so we'll see. But anyhow, this was good. I will see people around later.